In the heart of Riverton City, a dramatic police chase unfolded, capturing the city's attention with its intensity and high stakes. The pursuit began with the theft of a sophisticated armored SUV, leading to a high-speed chase through urban streets that escalated into a tense standoff. As police powers and resources were mobilized to bring the situation under control, the event showcased the remarkable skills and determination of law enforcement in the face of danger. This high-profile case not only highlighted the risks faced by officers, but also drew widespread public and media interest, bringing to light the challenging realities of police work in high-pressure scenarios. In a gripping series of events that spanned several hours, the Riverton City Police Department found itself deeply involved in a high-speed chase that ultimately led to a dramatic standoff. The pursuit, which began with the theft of a heavily modified armored SUV, showcased the high-stakes nature of police work as officers navigated through urban environments at dangerous speeds, contending with an exceptionally skilled and evasive suspect. The case, marked by its tension and complexity, quickly drew widespread attention from both the public and media. This heightened visibility brought to light the substantial challenges and risks faced by law enforcement during such intense operations. The public and media's focus on the case highlighted the extraordinary pressure and danger that officers endure while managing high-risk situations, emphasizing the demanding nature of their responsibilities in ensuring safety and resolving critical incidents. On the morning of August 23, at the crack of dawn, officers from the Riverton City Police Department were informed that an armored SUV had been reported missing from a dealership in the vicinity. An elaborate breach of the dealership's security system was what was involved in the theft, which was carried out with a great amount of chutzpah. Through the utilization of cutting-edge technology, the offenders were able to circumvent many layers of security, which included surveillance cameras and alarm systems. The vehicle that had been stolen, which was known for having advanced security mechanisms that were supposed to discourage theft, had been penetrated owing to an attack that was planned and calculated. Not only did this level of sophistication suggest that the criminals possessed a high level of technological ability, but it also increased the amount of urgency and complexity of the subsequent police encounter. During the course of the high-speed pursuit, the police were able to immediately find the stolen SUV as it was traveling through the streets of Riverton, which sparked the beginning of the pursuit. The pursuit was a high-speed pursuit. The vehicle, which was being driven by a suspect who has not been recognized, engaged in clever maneuvering in order to avoid being apprehended. The vehicle made its way through residential neighborhoods in a winding manner and dodged through busy traffic at speeds that were dangerous. The pursuit, which was extensively reported by local news networks, held the public's attention and kept them captivated. In addition to this, it shed light on the high stakes and potentially hazardous nature of the work that law enforcement officials do. As a consequence of the chase that was broadcast on television, viewers from all around the region showed a tremendous level of attention and concern for the situation. This chase brought to light the intensity of the situation as well as the risks that are associated with situations of such high pressure. He was a well-known criminal who had a history of violent offenses, and his driving during the pursuit revealed a high degree of evasive skill and a determination to avoid being captured. An individual with a history of criminal activity was the suspect, who was ultimately determined to be James Holloway. Holloway had an extraordinary level of ability behind the wheel, adopting cutting-edge driving methods to outmaneuver officers who were chasing him and to drive through urban terrain with a level of precision that was surprising. The pursuit was made more difficult by the fact that the stolen SUV had undergone significant modifications to boost its speed and handling capabilities. This added an additional layer of complexity to the investigations. Holloway was able to maintain a significant edge over law enforcement as a result of these modifications, which made the pursuit even more challenging and dangerous for the policemen who were engaged in it. After Holloway's expert driving and the modifications that were made to the SUV, a high-stakes scenario was formed. This scenario was established as a result of the combination of the two factors. In this instance, the police pursuit methods were tested to their absolute limits. At Riverton Industrial Park, the high-speed pursuit reached its height. It was there that the suspect, James Holloway, ultimately abandoned the modified SUV and fled on foot, which sparked an extensive manhunt for him. The police moved quickly to build a protective cordon around the area, and they dispatched a tactical unit to control the situation and prevent Holloway from leaving. Following a protracted and tense confrontation, the officers eventually surrounded Holloway inside of a warehouse that had been abandoned. Over the course of the standoff, meticulous diplomacy and strategic placement were utilized in order to reduce potential dangers and guarantee the safety of both Holloway and law enforcement. Holloway eventually surrendered calmly, putting an end to the potentially violent encounter without any further escalation. This was made possible by the concerted actions of the police negotiating team and tactical unit. Following the arrest of James Holloway, the authorities launched a thorough investigation with the objective of locating any other individuals who may have been involved in the theft and revealing the larger criminal organization that was responsible for it. Initial investigations have revealed that Holloway was associated with a broader criminal organization that was notorious for carrying out thefts of great value. Through the utilization of advanced methods and resources, it would appear that this syndicate is involved in the planning and execution of complicated heists. The primary objectives of the inquiry are to map out the operations of the syndicate, obtain information on other members, and gain an understanding of their tactics and connections. As a result of conducting an investigation into Holloway's history and activities, law enforcement officials are hoping to dismantle the entire network and prevent future crimes of a comparable nature. The residents of Riverton reacted with a mixture of relief and gratitude after the completion of the high-stakes police chase that involved James Holloway. The chase had been going on for quite some time. The residents were plainly relieved that the potentially lethal scenario had been resolved in a safe manner, and they wanted to express their deepest gratitude to the police department for the swift and efficient manner in which they dealt with the crisis. Recognizing the great risks and challenges that law enforcement authorities endured during the intense pursuit and standoff was another component of the public's readiness to acknowledge the situation. The police were able to successfully resolve the case, which not only ensured the safety of the general public, but also garnered them a great deal of respect and affection from the community as a whole. This is a prime example of the vital role that law enforcement plays in maintaining order and security in community settings. The cops who were responsible for the high-speed chase and subsequent standoff with James Holloway were recognized in public by Police Chief Emily Rodriguez. These officers played crucial roles in the incident. Rodriguez highlighted the officers' extraordinary professionalism and unwavering commitment to their responsibilities, highlighting the officers' admirable qualities. The person who was the focus of the standoff was Holloway. According to Rodriguez, the case presented a substantial number of problems, which put the tactical and problem-solving skills of the entire police force to the test. Rodriguez also mentioned that the case was a challenge. She brought to the attention of the audience the exceptional capabilities of the officers to carry out their duties in spite of the significant amount of pressure that they were under. A further point that she emphasized was that the steadfast efforts of the cops were absolutely necessary in order to resolve the issue in a secure manner. The statement that Rodriguez sent emphasized the department's unwavering commitment to protecting the area and expressed her contentment with the outcome of the operation. Rodriguez also stated her happiness with the outcome of the operation. Furthermore, she emphasized the significance of their work in ensuring the continued safety and security of the general public. She said this in addition to the previous point. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon.